What we've done today is we have prepared our stepping stone, which is obviously for outside use, with a layer of key coat and plasky, which we've mixed together into a slushy slurry and painted on to the surface. What we're going to do is apply a bonding liquid to your mosaic adhesive. Here we've used a product called Mosaic Fix, which can also be used as your grout. We, however, will not be using it as our grout because it is white, and we would like to use a grey grout for this particular project. What we do, with your notched trowel, work that over the surface. It's quite important to use the notched end of the trowel to create some ridges. So as you'll notice, the adhesive comes up through the mesh and fills in the spaces between your grout lines. As mentioned before, you can have the same color grout as you've used for the adhesive, which in this case is white. We, however, would like to show you how to mix a different color grout. Clear the surface, ideally clean in between each of the grout lines as well. How to mix grout? Again, add a bonding liquid to your grout powder and mix so that you get the consistency of icing sugar or toothpaste. So it's got to be smooth and creamy. Often I get asked, what's the ratio of grout powder to water? I'm not quite sure what I don't understand about the equation of 2 parts to 1, but it doesn't work for me. So I add a little bit of liquid to my powder until I get the paste consistency that I'm happy with. And that's what we're talking about. With the tiling trowel, you work the grout into the nooks and crannies that are your grout lines. If you do not have one of these, you can use a rubber spatula. So remember also that you have grout lines along the exterior side of your project. I like to use my fingers for this. It's important to remove the excess grout from the top of your project. But in doing that also, you may remove some of the grout from in between your grout lines, so work that grout back into the spaces. Once you've removed the excess grout from the top of your project, you take some dry grout powder and sprinkle it over the entire piece. With some scrunched up newspaper, in circular motions, you work that powder over the top of your project. The dry powder pulls the water out of the wet grout paste. By doing this, you also ensure that your grout is now flush with the top of your tiles, so you don't have large crevices between the tiles, and you're cleaning your project at the same time. So it takes a relatively long time to clean your project. For those of you who would like to have particularly clean rims, it's often handy to take a toothpick and sort of work in between the grout lines to clean them up 100%. And there you go, your basic tips on how to grout.